Punchestown. The crowd get to see them really up close and personal. Even down at the bottom grandstand, down at the last fence, those people are about 6-8 deep possibly, watching the runners walk steadily towards Joe Bannahan, and then they will do exactly one circuit of Punchestown, 11 fences, as quickly as you can, to decide who is the William Hill Champion Chaser of 2022. Not long to go. Chacun Pour Soi bidding to be the 8th horse to do the double. 7 have already done it. Sizing Europe was Undersow was the last Sizing Europe before that. It is Energumene just stepped away there, but no harm done. But they're racing in the William Hill Champion Chase, Grade 1. 2 miles, 11 fences, circuit of Punchestown, and Chacun Pour Soi goes on from Energumene and Lane. Towards the inside is Captain Guinness, and the early back marker is Andy Dufresne. So they race on the climb up towards fence number 1, which will bring them into the turn away from the stands, and it is Chacun Pour Soi, last year's winner from Lane, towards the outside. Energumene is just behind them as they clear. And looks one there. Andy Dufresne has gone at the first. Andy Dufresne crashed out at fence number 1. He's up and away, just waiting to see. And Mark Walsh happily has followed as well. No harm done, but we are 5 down to 4 as they make their way on towards fence number 2. And it is Chacun Pour Soi on the inside. A little awkward over that one. Lane on the outside. Just behind them in third is Energumene, and Captain Guinness is last of the quartet as they head down the hill now. Just the 4 still racing as they take the descent on down. They've won 34 races between them, and they've won 1.5 million in prize money. Chacun Pour Soi leads them down from Energumene to the inside of Lane. He's the 13 times winning, 5 times Grade 1 winning Lane. Just behind them is Captain Guinness as they go to the first of the 2 fences, levelling across the bottom of the track before they turn into the back straight. Heading on now towards 4, and it is Chacun Pour Soi and Patrick Mullins who leads from Lane and Rachel Blackmore. Energumene, the choice of Paul Townend, third towards the inside, and last of the quartet. Good jump Energumene there. Last of the quartet is Captain Guinness, the mount of Davy Russell. Now they turn to make their way into the back straight and on towards fences 5, 6 and 7. And it's the Willie Mullins pair who lead. Willie's won this 6 times, as too did Tom Draper. Willie bidding to go one better here with his pair. Chacun Pour Soi leads Energumene. Just behind them is Lane for the Henry de Bromhead team. He's won it twice with Sizing Europe in 2012 and 14 as they go towards the first of the fences over the far side. Chacun Pour Soi and Energumene. A little awkward there. Captain Guinness came together there with Lane as they continue on now towards the middle fence along the back straight, and it's Chacun Pour Soi within a length. Energumene towards the outside Lane, and towards the inside is Captain Guinness as now they race on towards the ditch, right down towards the end of the back straight. And Chacun Pour Soi, so impressive here as a novice, so impressive here last year, but he has a big test on his tail now as Energumene is right there on the outside as they land over that one. Lane is third and Captain Guinness is 4. They turn to make their way out of the back straight and turn down along the side of the track, and Barry Geraghty, surely Patrick Mullins happy with the rhythm he's found, but he won't be happy to see Paul Townend going quite so well on his outside.
No, but I suppose that was always going to be the case. Patrick didn't break any speed limits earlier. They're stepping it up a little, but they haven't gone very hard. Paul, I'd say, is very happy with Energumene. If anything, he's travelling too well and getting a bit competitive earlier than ideal. Captain Guinness, who made that mistake, is bang back at their heels again. So it's a tactical one. It'll be interesting.
For the jump in the William Hill Champion Chase, and Chacun Pour Soi has Energumene almost right on terms. Captain Guinness is on the inside of Lane as they continue, and big packing on landing at the back of that one was Lane. Can't afford to do that in this company. Heading on towards the third last, and it's Chacun Pour Soi with Energumene. They go to the third last, locked together. Captain Guinness on the inside of Lane behind them, over the fence before the turn in, and if anything, Energumene hits the front there, but Chacun Pour Soi with the inside will try and hold his position, but Energumene travels awfully strongly. Chacun Pour Soi hangs on the inside to get back on an even keel. Captain Guinness is third and Lane is 4. They turn towards home. Chacun Pour Soi the far side, Energumene the near side as they go towards the second last. Little between them now. Patrick definitely harder work than Paul as they go to this one. Energumene the near side lands a little awkwardly, and now Chacun Pour Soi is back in the upper hand, and Energumene has to get serious, heading towards the final fence, and it's Energumene who's coming back for more on the near side. Chacun Pour Soi, they're going to serve it right up to us, clear from Lane. Energumene's back in front now to the last. Energumene's over. He's a bit quicker this time, and the gap opens as they race up towards the line. The gap widens really wide. Now Energumene, the Cheltenham Champion Chaser, is the William Hill Punchestown Champion Chaser as well. Energumene doubles up. It is Paul Townend and Willie Mullins off the mark. Chacun Pour Soi is second this year. here. Envoil in is third, just as he was in Cheltenham, and Captain Guinness is last of the four, but Willie Mullins is off the mark with Energumene, who was sold by Moonmore Stables to Tom Lacey for 50,000, and after his UK point-to-point, he made his way to the Mullins camp, and the rest is history.
Well, he's starting to make history, Richard Pugh. A great performance from Energumene in what was a very, very tactical race, Jane Mangan.
Yeah, they went slow early on. Paul got involved early to keep Chacun honest. Looking up the straight, it was the match we all wanted, but in a race that wasn't as we anticipated. But he really is justifiably champion. He gave some massive big leaps, put Patrick under pressure. Patrick gets Chacun back up his inside here, Barry, but the jockey's body language spoke volumes. Paul was going a little bit easier this stage.
He was at this point, but Patrick quickens here and he gets Paul on the back foot, and for a second it looks like Energumene could be in trouble, and you'll see it from the back of the second last. But Chacun, he just, that weak finish again, possibly.
Possibly, neither of them flew the second last. But Katie, you're with Paul Townend. What did he make of it?
Paul, congratulations. That was another taken performance, but was it always straightforward?
Yeah, he jumped great. The second last, I didn't want to go taking him back, and he just adjusted himself a little bit. Thought it was a good race. Obviously, I came out the right side of it, so I thought it was, but not quite keen at me in the middle of it.
Patrick didn't go mad early. He settled it up down the back. You moved up on his outside. You were conscious of the fact that he was filling his horse up?
I was, and I was jumping great. So, you know, I suppose I was going to ride the race that I either was good enough or I wasn't. Let the best one win, and today we came out on top, but I thought it was an admirable performance from Chacun again.
Yeah, sure, he's been a great horse. And was it hard to pick Paul between Energumene and Chacun?
It was hard in Cheltenham. And it was probably harder here because I know how good Chacun can be around here. And look, I went to it. The way I put it was, if I rode this lad and Chacun bet me, I wouldn't be as upset as if I rode Chacun and got off the champion chase winner.
Well, you put it extremely well. And was that the decision as well tomorrow? You're finished for today, but facing into Allaho and Albion Photo, was that a hard decision?
Yeah, it was. Definitely was, and fair place to Mr. and Mrs. Donnelly. They had no problem with releasing me off of Albion Photo either, so hopefully that's lucky for them, and hopefully we're lucky in Allaho.
Well, there's a lot of decisions to be made when it comes to Willie Mullins and Punchestown, and a lot of decisions for you, but this was definitely the right one. Paul, well done.
Thanks very much, Katie.
Enjoy.
Thanks.
And those decisions are candy shop stuff. There's the overhead drone footage. Ruby approaching the second last.
Yeah, and Paul said he didn't want to adjust them. Looked like he took them back to me from here, but from what we were watching. But he'd love the way Energumene got at Chacun, who can be a weak finisher, gets in front of him, go to the last, and a really good jump again from Energumene at the last. I didn't think Chacun jumped particularly well. Barry, what did you think?
Yeah, he was a little careful early on. Through the middle part he was good, but he was probably tired at the last. And Energumene was good and slick, and he's the younger legs.
He most certainly did. Envoy Alain kept going well to finish third in front of Captain Guinness.